Hi everyone, welcome to another wellbeing video. For those who don't know me, my name's Jamie Forsyth. I work for the Staffordshire Highways contract and I'm a wellbeing ambassador, mental health first aider and now mental health first aid instructor. I wanted to create this series of videos to offer hints, tips, guidance on coping with the mental stresses we're going through regards COVID-19, and it was really excellent to get the feedback I did from the first video on the stress container. It was great to hear that people had actually shared it with their families to help each other understand the stresses that they might go through day to day, going through this situation. So that was absolutely fantastic. And to receive all the suggestions for other video was brilliant too. So please keep them coming in. Well, I guess by now, most of us are at the stage where we've gone past that initial thought process of, this isn't going to last long. Working from home will be great. I don't have to do the daily commute. I get to spend time with my family. And now it's slowly creeping in that it is for the long haul. Working from home and living in the same place isn't ideal. The family are possibly starting to annoy me a little bit. Having to homeschool the kids. Anxieties about people outside of the four walls you're living in, family, friends that you're worried about, and it's possibly starting to affect our mental health slowly, and our anxieties are building day by day. Now, research shows that there are steps you can put in place to build your resilience, boost your well-being, and decrease your chance of developing a mental health issue. And internationally, these are known as the 5 Ways to Wellbeing, and that's what we're going to cover in today's video. Now, the first step we're going to look at is be active. Now, being physically active, including at work, is going to improve physical health, but it also improves mood, well-being, and decreases stress, anxiety, and depression.
Exercise releases chemicals into the brain like serotonin and endorphins. These are great for mood. It can also help increase the amount of sleep you get and increase your mood throughout the day. Physical movement can also help relieve tension in the neck and shoulders, which is often a cause of stress and anxiety. It can also help you feel like you've achieved something, which in my case in about 2 minutes is probably going to be a heart attack. Speaking of hearts, exercise is proven to reduce your chance of heart disease or stroke and other serious medical conditions like type 2 diabetes. Also great for weight management, which during this time of COVID-19 where our exercise and movement is reduced, it's essential. Lastly, but definitely not least, during our current situation, exercise is great for the immune system. Now, if you're new to exercise, I'd recommend only doing about 10 minutes walking or jogging per day. But if you're a honed athlete and fitness god like myself, you could probably get a good 10 seconds longer than that. Oh, Christ.
So the second step is keep learning. Now, if we're in self-isolation, stuck at home, surrounded by the same people, it's very easy to get into a mundane routine, and motivation can be possibly hard to come by. But it's really important to use this opportunity to possibly learn new skills or learn more about your family and friends. Have those conversations you wouldn't normally have because life gets in the way. And at the moment, life has completely slowed down for most people. So it's a really good time to learn about yourself, new skills, about your family, your friends, the people that you care about. Maybe take on something new at work as well, within work life. That could be add another string to your bow for your CV in the future. But things like maybe get a keyboard, learn to play the keyboard, maybe use an app to learn a new language, a new skill. Anything like that is going to keep your mind busy, keep it off the negative thoughts around COVID-19, and just use the opportunity, a bad situation, and try to get something good out of it. So the third step we're going to look at is to connect. Now, if you're self-isolating at the moment, you can feel very disconnected from the outside world. It's really important to keep in touch with family, friends and colleagues alike. Now, there are many ways to do this with modern technology, and I think it's important to keep this fresh and keep it fun and mix it up a bit. So with work, for instance, we can have video chats instead of phone calls. You can have lunch breaks together over video. You can arrange maybe some quizzes with colleagues or little breakout areas with colleagues. Just try and mix it up a little bit as we go along through our working day. Now at home, very similar. You can have virtual pub nights. I had one with my friends last Saturday and we all connected via Zoom and we all had a beer and it was absolutely fantastic, and I ended up speaking to friends I hadn't spoken to in about 2 years, and it's really helped build some relationships already, so that's absolutely great. You could do quizzes with your family and friends, just anything like that to keep it fresh and stay connected. Any type of connection is going to help boost your well-being and get you through these difficult times.
Yeah, mate.
Mate, how you doing?
Not bad, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. Yeah, just a bit knackered, just doing some well-being stuff for work.
Oh, you're not doing one of them stupid videos, are you, again?
You what? What?
So you're not doing one of them stupid blooming
No.
videos again, are
Oh,
you?
no, mate. You're breaking up, mate. You're breaking up. Bloody Wi-Fi. It's good to keep in touch. Good to keep in touch. Probably couldn't hear me.
So the fourth step we're going to look at is to give. Now, carrying out acts of kindness, whether small or large, are proven to boost morale, well-being, make you feel good about yourself. So think about the people around you. Think about possibly neighbours you've got, elderly neighbours or neighbours that currently can't leave the house. If you were able to go and do that essential shop, maybe you could possibly get something for them, possibly contact them, maybe give something to charity, maybe on the money you're saving by not going out, maybe donate something to a charity or to homeless shelters to help people through this whole situation who are less fortunate than yourselves. We've all seen everybody coming out on a Thursday night at 8 p.m. and clapping the NHS, and it's just about giving that gratitude, giving a bit of advice, giving something physical, donating money, anything like that is going to help your well-being, because in a selfish way, when you do something like that, it does make you feel good about yourself. The brain releases certain chemicals and it does make you feel good and it does give you a boost. So while you are giving and you're giving and helping someone else and making them feel great, then at the same time, in a slightly selfish way, you're doing it and it's making you feel good about yourself and taking your mind off the situation again. So the final step we're going to look at is to take notice. Now, usually with the hectic day-to-day lives we go through, it is hard to take notice of the things around you sometimes. We're so preoccupied with work, family, going to work, coming back, sorting the family out, etc., that we don't necessarily sit back and just notice the things around us. Now, whether that's notice things about ourselves, how we're feeling, our mental health, practice mindfulness, practice meditation, use apps like Headspace, they're absolutely fantastic. But also notice the people around us, notice your friends, get chatting to them more, chat to your family more, notice the things around us in the world. I mean, a lot of negativity has been focused on certain groups of people during this COVID-19 situation, where we saw at the beginning of it where people were stockpiling food and leaving the elderly without food, etc., etc. But there's been a lot of positive news stories and certain good has come out of people because of this around the world, and it's great to take notice of that. And I just think this is a great opportunity to take a step away from what our lives would normally be like and just focus on other things. And potentially when we do get back into the routine of life, we will have noticed these things, we can take them on board and it'll actually improve our lives going forward. So thank you for watching this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback, I'm always welcome for feedback, positive or suggestions on what we could do differently, suggestions for topics on video. If there's anything you really want to see, let me know and I'll try and accommodate it. I will put some useful links and direct you to some apps potentially that you can use, like Headspace that I mentioned earlier. Also, I'll put the helpline numbers on. Remember, if you're a member of AMY staff, then please use the EAP if you need it. It is there for your immediate family as well. Use your wellbeing ambassadors. If you don't know who they are, speak to your line managers or contact the wellbeing team. The emails that they're sending out at the minute are absolutely fantastic. Please use the stuff that they're sending out. It's really helpful for you, your family, your friends. Pass it on, pass that knowledge on. And yeah, just please stay safe, look after each other and try and stay positive, and we'll all get through this together. So thanks again, and I'll speak to you next week. Thank you.